What's up, legends? In today's video, we're making a shadow box. This is a new feature on Maker World. All you got to do is sign up for an account and you can get a shadow box just like this. I'm going to show you guys how to get on there, how to make your shadow box, and I'm going to show you how we installed the lights to get your shadow box working. If you're into that, let's go. Alright, legends, we're back here on the computer and we're here in Maker World. I'll leave a link in the description to the shadow box maker, but you can always go up here and there's a bunch of other cool stuff you guys can mess around with. Definitely check these other things out. You might find them to be pretty cool. But for today, we're going to do the shadow box maker, which I think is really awesome. If you have like a logo that you want to light up or anything like that, they make it real easy. And the first thing I did mess with it a little bit. You're going to want to have your logo reversed. So that side is on the print bed. And so when you peel it off the print bed, it'll be a normal facing and you'll have the nice smoothness of the print bed. And with the one I did, I had like a carbon fiber print bed. So it kind of gave it that cool effect. And so that was really important for me to do. So let's just jump in here. Let's get into a new project. You are going to drag in your file or your picture or whatever you're doing, your logo. And you're going to want to make sure you leave plenty of room down here because the lights are going to be all around here. And so the lights will be peeking out. The idea is to make it a little bit smaller so when the lights are around here, you're not going to be able to see them directly. Hit confirm and bam. So now that we've got this, we're going to go to wand and we're going to want to turn intensity up to 100. And I'll show you why. So if we have it at 20, like the default, and you click on this, it's going to miss a lot of these other colors because it's not grouping these colors because they're slightly different. So this color here is slightly different than what it just selected here. And so you want it to group these colors together. So it separates this color from this color. So technically these are two colors that we're after. We're after this yellow color all around here, and then we're after this darker color. And you can tell the range of darkness does change. It's a little bit black here and then gets more a little blue in here. And if you don't turn the intensity up high enough, it's going to separate this lighter blue from here and turn it into two separate colors. But you want to turn the intensity up to 100, which is going to take this darker color and even this lighter blue and treat it as one. So now that we're at 100 and we click it, bam, it took pretty much all of it. Now this is going to be a different color here, but we're going to click again, bam. And so we've essentially got everything into two colors. Everything selected is one, and then that's not selected is the other color. And then you can see down here the preview of what it's going to look like. We're going to hit apply. We're going to hit yes, I know. It'll give you some instructions. When you first sign up and do your first one of these, it'll give you a walkthrough. And you can get more complicated. Like on here, it's showing you the different colors and you can create sort of like layers to your light box, which is pretty sweet. So definitely check that out. Mine's just a real simple. I just wanted to cut out and put some cool lighting inside the box. So I'm gonna hit OK, I know. Then we're going to export. We're gonna go this mode here. If you do this one, the light box is a little bit thinner and you won't have room to put the lights. I can actually just show you that. So if you do this one, it'll show you a preview, but it's real thin. You won't be able to hit or fit the lights in here. So if we go and export on this one, it'll bring up a link to where to buy some LED lights right here. And this is just, from Bamboo Labs. But you can use this one. I'll leave a link in the description to the one I bought. It's kind of cheap and it is kind of brittle. Mine did break at this time of recording. But I just soldered it back together and it's working. But that was more of my fault of like not being careful with it. So if you're careful with it, it's fine. You can use the one that I put in the description below, or you can just find your own. Like they're really cheap. So hit OK, I know. It's going to generate the preview. And as you can see, this box is much thicker here. This is where you're going to insert that frame, the logo, and you'll be able to fit the lights inside all the way and around. And so we're going to download 3MF here, and let's just go ahead and open that up in Bamboo Studio. All right, so over here in Bamboo Studio, it's going to put it into it's going to throw it into 2 different plates, and then obviously you can change your color here. Mine's going to be black, and then this is what I was talking about, having your logo reversed. So the plate here, I have a carbon fiber one, so it's going to leave that texture here, and now we're going to have the logo showing correctly, and then we're going to have that texture along here. This is going to insert into here, right through here, and then you can see there's like a channel all the way around, a little groove. This is the area for the lights to go in. Let's go ahead and slice this and see what it looks. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go ahead and slice this one, see what it looks like. I don't recommend they're putting it on like this, and people will be like, oh, why don't you just lay it flat? Well, the issue is you're gonna have supports all through here and through all these grooves, and you're gonna have a little bit of filament left over in here, and it's real hard to scrape it all out. And you probably can, but it's gonna take a long time. That's what happened to me my first time. I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it. All right, that's pretty much it for this part of the video. Let's get over to the workbench and start putting this together. All right, let's go through what you get in this little light package here. Little instruction thing here. This is the bag. This is what it looks like. Comes inside this. And then these all come on this roll. They're all linked together. They just link together like this. I just pulled them all off. And so you get 1, 2, 3, and 4 strips, it looks like here. So 4 total strips. They all link together right here. Hopefully you can see this. Just kind of show you real quick. You just go in here, insert them in here, real basic and simple. Looks like we also have like little extender, and then this is like the main part. This one does not come off, but this is the start of the light strip, and then this end goes into a USB port for power. And this is the actual like little remote guy for this, and then you can control the different light settings. There's a bunch of different ones on here. All right, and let's check out this light box here. So this is what I was able to make off of Maker World, and you get this box here. It's got a little hole or insert here for the lights to go in. It's got this cutout ridge that goes all the way around, so you can slot this guy in. The only issue is it's black, so light doesn't reflect very well. So I just went ahead and printed 2mm thick. Probably could have done 1mm, but whatever. 2mm thick square, white square. I'm gonna throw that right in there, so it should reflect the light pretty well. And then I used a new plate where it's got this carbon fiber look to it. So I don't know, just make it a little bit more interesting. And then this just gets slotted in here, and get this centered straight, and zip. There we go. And bam, you got yourself your own logo light box. And then let's get this thing put together, light it up, and see what it looks like. Alright, so I'm going to use these little 3M squares to mount this white portion in here. A little bit cleaner, and bam. Let's get the lights going. And so these lights have a sticky back. Look at that. Ooh, okay. And let's turn this light off. Ooh, that's nice. It's got a nice glow. Yeah? Let's mess with these different colors here. Cool. And that reflection, it's just the light that I have behind me. It's actually like a decently colored red. If it's, yeah. I don't know why it's picked. Yeah, so it's just the light behind me. I don't know why there's that white spot in there, but yeah. And then it's got like some little like color changing stuff, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So got my own little logo light box, which I think is pretty sick. I'm probably gonna put this on my shelf next to all my supplies. I'll have links in the description below for this light, this little light guy here. I don't think you need anything else besides this. Alright, so what did I learn printing this out? Let's see, we went through a few different versions on these plates here. First version was this guy, and as you can see, there's all these like defects in here, and I had to increase the printing temp, and I increased the bed temp, and what that got me was to this one. Lines are a little bit better, a little bit more uniform, and so after I did that, to get a little bit more, to get a little bit better looking, I increased the temp again, and I increased the bed temp, and it's looking a little bit better. And if you look real closely, there's kind of like gaps here. So what I did was I increased the flow rate, or the first layer line. So the first layer line, you can increase the flow so there's more coming out, and that's what did it. This is just so much better, increasing that. There's still a little bit imperfections here. You can barely see that there. So I increased it more. I think I went up to like 0.8, or it might be 0.08. I can't remember. And now we are perfect. I don't see any gaps in any of these layers. So these scratches are from when I took it off with the plate with this. So I'm not going to do that anymore because that scratches this up. I probably should get maybe a plastic one. And I really didn't need that. You can just kind of, if you're careful, peel this up off the plate. There's only like this, that's like kind of the only issue, like this might break off. But I was just real careful. Same thing with this. There's really not much holding that on. But I was real careful. And I was able to pull it off. And you know, get to this quality here where there's no scrapes at all, and it's a really nice print. And then this little imperfection here is I used a torch to see if these scratches would come off. It didn't, and I actually got too aggressive with it, and it just kind of melted it. So but yeah, so you know, getting that first initial layer on there and getting enough filament on there to cover, to you know, fill all these like little gaps is key. The only little small imperfections, I don't know if you can even see it here in the camera, but it's around some of these curves, which I don't think you can really do much about unless you're going to use like a 0.2 nozzle or something, you know, because that's just a real small area, and I'm using 0.4. So I think maybe that's the only way to solve that. But I mean, that really is nitpicking, and you really can't see it unless you're like up really close to it. Alright, legends, that's it for this one. If you found this video fun or informative, I'd love to like, maybe subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. We've got plenty more videos coming up. We're going to get into some more crypto related stuff here soon. So if you want to follow me on my journey, like and subscribe.